So, this is where we're at here on this. Yes. So, believe me when I tell you that Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh put onto Kayin an oat. See that Aleph, the Vav, and the Tav? An oat. Aleph, the first letter, Vav, the sixth, Tav, the last. So, an oat was placed onto him. So there's a mark upon Kayin that is an oat. Now back in the day, these are only made through ink because these are ink contracts of death and of what some people would say mateys, are mateys. So we've got the Aleph here, and that Aleph is the shape of a bullhead. You can make an oat into the shape of a bullhead or into the shape of a tav, and that tav used to have the look of a cross. So the you'd have the oat and you'd have the tav, and you could also just have a vav, which is just an ink dot. So you'd have this oat, and the cross tattoo is much more powerful for people. But once they get this, they're no longer themselves. They could be your family members, but they're no longer themselves. And you have Cain, and he's going to be a slave of Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh. He's Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh's slave. So you would technically become Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh's slave. And you got to also remember that Hasatan is a Evid of Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh, and so is Kayin. So Satan or Shatan or something like that is a Evid of Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh. So they all do what Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh wants. So they're all going to be slaves. They're all going to be slave AIs. And you're like, there's no way that they could be an AI slave of Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh. And they are. Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh continues to live on through his shame and connection to Ehyeh. So, and Ehyo, and Ehyah, and Ehyeh. So this Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh connection is very powerful. So the people that get these certain tattoos or inked, they become that slave. And they're going to do what they're told, and they're going to lift up Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh. Even if you had a million soldiers and 90% of them got one of these oats, they would all fail and die in battle against 2 or 3 Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh. They just die. Now the rest of them might be able to beat Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh, but they're all dead. So the question here is, did you take your oath to protect and serve? Because if you don't know what oath is, and if you don't know what to protect and serve means, then you didn't study Hebrew. Or what I should say is Ivri, and you're most likely going to be screwed.